looking for some late round targets at quarterback. I don't know if anybody heard that, but Dan just went, and then we started the show. All right, well, here's Dan Schneider on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Okay, well, what a strange way to start the show, but who do you want to target as late round quarterback?
It's disgusting to say, specifically when, well, not in reference to that weird sound I made at the beginning of the show. That was just not related to this, but specifically, I screwed out there. Something happened. Don't worry about that. But this one's even more disgusting to admit, but especially when I'm wearing this shirt today. But Daniel Jones, you don't have to invest anything. He was quarterback 9 during the 2022 season when healthy. Moving around well, should be ready for the first day of training camp, which is well ahead of schedule, and adds Malik Neighbors to the mix, in addition to hopefully an upgraded offensive line, at least to get it back to as good as it was in 2022. QB9, you're getting him, cost nothing. He's one guy that comes to mind based on the rushing ability. He's up there for me. I'm going to throw, as disgusting as this one sounds, Adam, just have to do it anyway. Gardner Minshew into the mix. Another one. We're talking about late round guys. It may seem gross, but in the reality of the situation is Devontae Adams now. He targeted Michael Pittman at a crazy rate last year, and he found success. He's going to find more success with Adams. Jacoby Myers, underrated receiver. Brock Bowers added to that mix. He could be another one of these picks that just gets you QB2 value and you don't have to invest anything. So that's number 2 for me. Number 3 for me, and we're going real late, right? Like, I'm not going to name Jaden Daniels and all these guys you can get in the QB 15 range. We're going real late. And number 3 for me, Adam, it's going to be Justin Fields. Look, he has to win the job. He's competing for the job. But if he wins that job with George Pickens, Roman Wilson, and the running talent he's already displayed, offensive line massively upgraded, 3 picks or early round picks in the last 2 years, could be a situation where he's back in the QB1 mix and all you had to do was invest nothing to get him. There's probably not anybody who could draft in that range at quarterback who has QB1 upside, despite, Daniel Jones, I said, was QB9, maybe him. But besides Jones, you don't have anyone who has that rushing ability and that QB upside in that range. Maybe Drake May because of his rushing upside, but I'm going to put Fields in there as my third guy.
Oh, man, I love some of the late round quarterback picks. And you look at Fantasy Pros QBs 20 through 24.
Okay.
All 5 of these guys, I think.
Going to 20. I mean, that's not late, but go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson.
You love those? You love Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I do. I mean, certainly I like him more than Justin Fields. Doesn't even have a job right now.
Well, that's 30 picks later, but hundreds of picks later. But go on.
Yeah, I mean, like Aaron Rodgers. You should just Google Aaron Rodgers. He actually had a pretty good career, Dan.
Yeah, one thing you should do about Aaron Rodgers is Google his age, his injury history coming off the Achilles, the fact that he doesn't run anymore, and then we'll see how good of a pick that is.
Just go look at Deshaun Watson's game log from last year. When he was healthy, he was scoring 20 points per game, I believe, in 6-point per passing touchdown leagues, and added Jerry Jeudy. And I don't know. Is there any chance he regains his original form? I don't have a lot of hope for that, but
it should be though, right? Like, why wouldn't
he? Right? He's not old.
No,
I don't really understand what's happened with him, why he's the worst quarterback ever now. But if he can just become a solid passer with a 500 to 600 yard rushing outlook, you are talking about top 5 potential, honestly, in Deshaun Watson.
Sure.
Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Will Levis are guys that aren't going to win you your league, but obviously have good receivers around them, right? Good weapons. And I guess I shouldn't say Will Levis couldn't win you your league. I don't think Mayfield or Geno will, but maybe Levis ends up being a really good player. And yeah, obviously they've upgraded big time around him. So it's good.
The situation is really interesting, Adam. I want to pinpoint that one that you mentioned because he brings over Callahan as the play caller, and they've been so heavy on the pass. So really, with those weapons and that coordinator, it should be set up for a breakout for Levis. I just don't trust the talent with Levis, and I don't trust his ability to stay on the field, to avoid punts, and to score.
Yeah, and then someone says, I think about Deshaun Watson, but let's settle this. Rock, paper, scissors. So would you like to end this show with rock, paper, scissors?
I like it. Let's go.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me think what kind of player you are. Okay, I got it.
All right, so we're going to go rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then we're going to
throw no says. Only losers play says. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Never heard that. Okay.
Yeah, people do that.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
Oh,
you were late on that. If people are watching the show, best of 3 real quick. Best of 3 real quick.
Rock,
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
were so late on that. You were so late on that.
Totally.
All right, 2-0 sweep for Adam, despite the fact that anyone watching the video can see that he was late on both of them. But it's all right. It's all right. Maybe
Totally
his
legit
computer
win.
was lagged. Who knows? But we'll discuss that on another day.
All right. Check out the Big Blue Banter podcast. Dan's
thank
about to
you.
interview Daniel Bellinger. That's actually pretty cool. Later, everybody.